Good evening. Hello. Welcome to another webinar from my English school. I am Philip and I'm calling from my home in Milan. Hello. Say hello. I'm in Milan. Where are you from? Where are you speaking from? Okay. And we have two people. Hello. My name's Philip. I'm speaking from Milan. I work at Fabio Filzi, which is the school near the big central station. Hello, Andrea. Nice to meet you. I'm Philip from Venice. Oh, beautiful. I love Venice. It's one of my favorite cities in Italy. Okay. I hope you are all okay, not too bored. Um, what what have you done today? Hello, Carla. Um, what have you done today? Okay. And what are you doing to pass the time during the social, how do you call it? Social distancing that we are doing now. What are you doing to pass the time? I am doing online webinars. I am watching a lot of films and series, and I'm reading some articles, and I've been playing some piano. What are you doing to pass the time during the social distancing? Okay, Andrea said he's watching a lot of activities on YouTube. You mean focus activities? Sounds a little bit suspicious, Andrea. Okay, and what have you done today? Any interesting things that you've done today? Ah, okay. He's been watching a lot of focus activities. Very good. You're a fantastic student, Andrea. Okay. This is my fourth online lesson today. So yeah, I'm spending lots of time doing online focuses. And you, what are you doing at home? Are you smart working? Are you studying English? Are you watching movies in English? What's what's the best? How do you uh, how do you prefer to study at home? Okay, we have some more comments. Andrea says today I'm on holiday. Really? That's awesome. I wish I could go on holiday. Carla says that today in the morning she did some gardening. That's fantastic. I wish I had a garden. We have a balcony here in the apartment, and that is all. And practicing the Irish flute. Wow. I've never heard the Irish flute. I wonder how it's different to a normal flute. That's very interesting. Okay. Sonia says, hi, Andrea. I'm from Prato. I'm watching you. That sounds a little strange. Okay. Sonia says, I'm on. Be careful with your preposition, Sonia. I'm on holiday. Me too. Andrea says, what is the Irish flute? Yeah, let's find out. An Irish flute. It's I think it's made of wood. It's a traditional instrument. Carla says, well, I have many things to do in this time. Be careful with your spelling, things with a G, not thinks. You have many things to do. Yes, well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're staying occupied because it can be very, very boring. Okay. Hi, Gabriela. Hello again. Thank you. Thank you for coming again, Gabriela. I've seen this is maybe the third focus we've had together. It's nice to see you again. Okay, I have a question for you. Do you prefer the mountains or the beach, and why? I prefer the mountains because you can go for walks and the air is very fresh and the weather is cooler than the beach. What about you? What do you prefer, the mountains or the beach? Let me know in the comments. Okay, Carla says a tin whistle is a traditional little flute from Ireland. I'm sure it sounds beautiful. And hi, Manuela from Bologna. So, which one do you prefer, guys? The mountains or the beach, and why? Okay, we have an answer from Gabriella. I prefer the beach because I was born in Cagliari. Cagliari? Am I pronouncing it right? Is that the right pronunciation? Cagliari? Near to the sea. We need the article to the sea. Andrea says he prefers the mountains. The weather is cooler and more relaxing. It's also less crowded. Yeah, you have much more space when you're in the mountains. I absolutely agree. Sonia says, I prefer the mountains because the weather is fresh. There are a lot of lakes and there are lots there is a lot of forest because forest is uncountable. Okay, or there are a lot. Oh wait, no, there are a lot of forests. So we need an S on the end of that, forest. Okay, anybody else? So we have 2 people for the mountains and 1 for the beach. Anybody else? What do you prefer? The mountains, the beach, and why? Manuela, hello Manuela. It says I prefer the sea because there is a lot of people. There are a lot of people. I love swimming and sunbathing, and I relax. Okay, now this part is important, Manuela. We only say I relax. It is not reflexive. Okay, so you can say I can relax when I'm in the sea. It is not a reflexive verb, but that's a good answer though. Thank you, Manuela. Okay, forests. Okay, yeah, well done, Sonia. Okay, well, yeah, we're talking about our preference today. The objectives are phrases for preferences, comparatives and superlatives, review, and making plans. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, it says favorites. Share your opinion with a partner. Well, share your opinion in the group. What is the best? Food, activity, music, film, sport, animal, and book. And do you agree with each other? Okay, so tell me in the comments, choose an object and tell me what is your favorite and why. Which, in your opinion, which is the best? For me, if you ask me, the best sport is rugby because it's very physical and you can run together as a team. It is very entertaining to watch. So if you ask me, the best sport is rugby. Do you agree? What is the best sport or animal or book, food, activity, music, type of music? Tell me in the comments. I have a lot of different types of, or different favorite movies, but my favorite genre of film is probably science fiction or sci-fi. Short. It is a genre of film like Star Wars, Star Trek. It's my favorite because I am a nerd. This is the best type. Oh, Carla, fantastic answer here. For me, the best food is Indian food. Why is it the best food, Carla? Let me know in the comments. But I absolutely agree. Indian food is the best. Sonia says the best food is pizza because it is good in every hour. Remember the subject, it's good in every hour. That is true. But I don't like pizza for breakfast. Some people can eat pizza at breakfast time. I don't like it. Emanuela says, for me, the best food is Italian food. Why is it Italian food, Emanuela? Let me know. Let me know. And there says, rugby is very nice to watch, and it is more instructive than soccer, but it's more dangerous, yeah. Okay. Oh, well, you Italians, you have a lot of opinions about food, obviously. Luca says the best food is bolognese food because you're from Bologna, right, Luca? You have tortellini, tagliatelle al ragu. It's very nice. Gabriella says, in my opinion, the best food is spaghetti. Okay. Well, how about the best animal or book or music? Manuela says the best is lasagna, tortellini, and pizza because I love them. Oh, that's a good answer because you love them. Fair enough. Okay, so Carla likes Indian food because it has lots of spices and many colors. Good. You could also use the adjective. It's very colorful. It's very colorful and delicious. Yeah, I agree. What's the best animal, guys? Which is the best animal? I'm definitely a cat person. Ah, Emanuela is also a cat person. The best animal are cats because I have 3 cats. So Soraya, Cleo, and Zorro. Zorro is a fantastic name for a cat. I have a cat at home in England too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the cats are the best. Sonny says the best animal is a dog because he is the best friend of men. Okay. We say dogs are a man's best friend. Like that. Okay. Zorro is called Zorro because he is all black. I wanted to say to you, Sonia, don't say he for a dog because it's neutral. It could be a he or a she. Gabriela says the best animal are cats and dogs. Well, Gabriela, if you had to choose one, which would you choose? Cats or dogs? It's a difficult decision. Okay. Manuela says about a book. The best book is Paula of Isabel Allende. I don't know this book. Why do you like it, Emanuela? Tell me in the comments. Carla says, I agree with Emanuela. Cats are very special animals. Okay, now this is important. We say I agree or I disagree. In Italian, you say I'm agree, but we don't in English. But it's a good answer, Carla. Well done. Manuela says the book is very moving. That's a really good adjective. Moving. You can have a moving film or a book, and it makes you cry. It's an emotional film or book. Okay. Oh, good. So we have lots of opinions here. This is great. My favorite film is probably Back to the Future, because it's very adventurous and the music is fantastic and it's very exciting. Okay, Andrea says, I have a dog. It's a sofa dog. It always sleeps, though it is a beagle. Okay, though is only spelled with one T, though it is a beagle. You can say even though it sleeps, even though it is a beagle. Okay, well done for the answer, though. Gabriela says the best film is Forrest Gump. It's a very good film. Do you agree with Gabriela, guys? Manuela said the best sport is skating because for me it's very exciting. And and Sonia agrees that Back to the Future is fantastic. Yeah, it's a very exciting film. Okay, very good then. So let's continue. If you have any more comments, I will of course read them. Okay, now I'd like you to talk about something that you like to do. It says, talk about activities you enjoy and how often you do them. Give some advice for the activity. For example, I go to a museum every week. The best museum is the National Museum of Art because you should go there because. Okay, Carla says, favorite genre is fantasy, like Lord of the Rings. Excellent. Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. Go, Carla. And says, I agree with Manuela. Yes, Boris Gump is a fabulous movie. Yeah. Okay. So talking about an activity that you like to do, for example, I like to go to modern art museums. There is one near my house called the Fondazione Prada. And I think they're very strange, but interesting. And the art is very memorable. So I think you should go to Fondazione Prada if you come to Milan. You can spend one day just there. I also like to listen to classical music sometimes because it's quite soothing, relaxing. Okay. Someone give me an active, so maybe a specific type of restaurant that you like to go to, or a specific beach, or a type of sports event. Okay. Andrea says that he likes working out, so he can eat what he wants. You can eat. Okay, I think you mean you like working out because you can eat what you want. That's a good idea. That's a good choice. Which is there a specific type of working out? I don't know. I don't go to the gym, so I'm not very knowledgeable about that. Sonia says, I think the best museum is the Egypt Museum in Torino. I have never been to the Egypt Museum in Torino, but I have heard that it's very good. Let me know why you think it's the best museum. What do you like to do on the weekend, guys? What do you do to relax? What do you do for something exciting? Okay, so and you said I like visiting the museums when I can. Carla says that she enjoys walking in the historical centers of the cities. Me too. Taking photos, learning about the city, eating traditional food. Absolutely. Manuela says, I like I like museums, so with an S, Manuela, particularly Egyptian museums. I like going to concerts a lot, so I like concerts a lot, and I go when there is a singer who I like. I like maybe instead I like a lot. You can say I really like. I really like going to the beach and going salsa dancing. Wow, I've never tried salsa dancing. It's very fast, isn't it? And quite intimate, right? Okay. Gabriela says, I like, okay, remember everybody, remember when you put I like or hate or really like, you need to use a verb plus ing form, okay? I like going to the theater, something because it's very interesting. You should go because it's also relaxing. Sonia said that she agrees with Andrea for the Egypt Museum. Okay, lovely. Any others, guys? I'm really happy that you have so many interests and opinions. What an interesting group that I have today. Okay. So we're going to look at a conversation between three friends. Okay. And Andrea says, but now we can't do it. Well, we can't. Can't is the present tense, couldn't is the past tense, so we can't do anything. Yes, but soon we will be able to do what we want. If we all stay inside and stay safe. Sonia says, I like dancing because when I dance, I feel free. Lovely. Me too. I'm a terrible dancer, but I love dancing. Okay, so we're going to read a conversation. Let me share it with you. And there's lots of new phrases for giving an opinion. Okay. Let's find it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Lewis, Rose, and Kat are deciding what they want to do for this evening, and they're using lots of expressions to help them decide what to do. Okay, so Lewis says, you can read with me at the same time, okay? Let me just put it at the correct size. Okay. Lewis says, okay then. So what shall we do after dinner? What's on at about 8 o'clock, Rose? So if you like, you can take a note of any opinion phrases, if they like it or they don't like it, or suggestion phrases. Okay, you can make a note or write in the comments of any phrases. If you want to ask me any questions about the language, you can of course ask in the comments. Okay, so yeah, Rose says, what shall we do after dinner? What's on at 8 o'clock? Rose says, well, there's a classical music concert in the castle or else an open air movie. What would you prefer to do, Kat? Kat says, I'm not sure. What kind of film is it? Rose, well, it's an Indian film, Bollywood style, with loads of songs and dancing. This one's a romantic comedy. Cat says, I don't fancy that. I'd prefer to go to a classical concert. What about you, Lewis? Lewis says, well, I think I'd rather see the film. I'm not that keen on the concert. I don't really like classical music. What about you, Rose? What would you rather do? Well, to be honest, I don't mind. I like all music. The movie sounds good because I've never seen a Bollywood film before, and the dancing's brilliant. But the concert sounds good too because it's in the castle, and I think that'll be lovely. A really good atmosphere for the music. Lewis says, it's inside the castle. Cat, yes, in the main hall. Are you more interested now? Lewis says, yes, I am. Maybe it would be better if we saw the concert. We haven't been to the castle yet, and I'd love to see it at night. Cat says, great, let's go to the concert then. So they suggest many different things in the text. They suggest going to see a Bollywood film. They suggest going to a classical music concert. And they eventually decide on, what do they decide? They decide on the concert. Andrea has asked me a question. Fancy, is it the same as appreciate? Yeah, you can use it in a couple of different ways. Usually it's used like in Britain, it's used like, do you fancy a cup of tea? So in this case, it's like, would you desire a cup of tea? Do you fancy a cup of tea? Would you like? If you say, I don't fancy it, I don't really like the idea. I don't fancy staying at home this evening, but we have to stay at home. Okay. Do you fancy it? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I fancy going out tonight. Okay. Any other questions about any of the language, guys? Okay. Well, there are some questions here. We have to find the correct person for the in the text, but I can't share two things at the same time, so never mind. Let's focus on some other language here. What shall we do? Shall is a strange modal verb. It's usually used for a proposal. Where shall we meet? What shall we watch? Shall we invite Lewis? Okay, it's usually as a question, and it's usually used as for a proposal. Okay. Continuing on in the text, what would you prefer? So there's lots of conditional. What would you prefer? Would is like the suffix in Italian ebbe. Preferirei, I would prefer. Okay. Okay, so I don't fancy that, which means I don't really like the idea. Okay. I think I'd rather plus bare infinitive verb, which is a verb without to. It means I prefer, I would prefer. I'd is a contraction of I would, I'd prefer. The example here is I'd rather see the film. I'd rather see the film than go to the concert. Okay, so I'd rather is similar to I'd prefer. Rather is exactly, and there, yeah. I'd rather pronounce like father, rather. Practice the pronunciation, rather, rather. Okay. And then he says, I'm not keen on the concert. Do you think this is a positive or a negative sentence? I'm not keen on the concert. Okay, there you go. Gabriella says, I'd rather not. Yeah, excellent. I'd prefer not to go to the concert. I prefer going to the cinema. Well done, Andrea. Yeah, it's a negative thing. I'm not keen on the concert. It means I don't really like it. I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not keen on equals I'm not a fan of. Okay. Good. Continuing in the text. I don't really like. What about you, Rose? What would you rather do? So we got another question there. What would you rather? What would you prefer? Okay. And then it said, what would you rather do? Because we use an infinitive without the word to. I'd prefer, okay, in this case, we use to. I'd prefer to go walking. Sonia said, I'd rather dance Latin music. These are very good examples. Well done, Emanuela and Sonia. Okay. What would you rather do? Well, I don't mind. I don't mind. It's neutral. We can go to the concert or we can go to the cinema. I don't mind. You decide. I don't mind. It's neutral. Manuela said, me too. Okay. Okay. So lots of new phrases there to show preferences when you're planning to go out. I don't fancy it means I don't like the idea. What shall we do? Remembering that shall is used for a proposal. Where shall we meet? What shall we watch? Shall we invite Lewis? Another question, what would you prefer? Or the other one was, what would you rather? What would you rather do? Ah, sorry, Andrea, I missed your sentence there. I don't mind means I'm not interested in this one or this one. I'm not. I'm trying not to use Italian. You decide. We can go to the beach or we can go to the mountains. I don't mind. Okay. I'd rather, same as I'd prefer. I'm not keen on. Yeah, has a negative thought. It means I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of something. Okay. Sonia says she likes to say, never mind. Yeah, it is nice. Okay. Now, never mind and I don't mind is not exactly the same. Never mind is what you say like non importa, I suppose. It's no difference. I don't mind exactly, Gabriela. It's the same for me. Okay, let's continue. I will share my screen again. Okay, now I'd like you to fill in the gap. Write in the comments, number 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, etc. And the correct word. Okay. Remember that rather uses it doesn't use to, and prefer does use to. I'd prefer to do something. I'd rather do something. Okay. Fill in the gaps. Okay, well done, Andrea. Emanuela, remember to put the number. I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay. We have some questions. We have some answers for number 1. The first one is, what would you prefer to do? Okay, well done. What's the next one? We have an answer from Andrea. Anybody else? Number 2? Yeah, number 2. I don't fancy that. Yeah, I don't fancy that. I don't like the idea. Gabriela, I would also accept like. That's okay. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't fancy is like, I'm not interested. Well done, Carla. What's the next one? Number 3. Okay, we have an answer from Andrea. Do you agree with Andrea? Okay, number 4. Keep going. 3 was I'd prefer to go to a classical concert. Well done, guys. And number 4. Now there isn't 2. Because remember, prefer to do something. So what's number 4? There's only one answer for number 4. It needs to be a verb. Number 4 is rather. Well done if you got it correct. I'd rather see the film. Okay. Number 5. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan. I'm not that. It's number 5. We got Andrea. He's the quickest one. Keen, yeah. Well done also, Carla. Yeah. I'm not keen. Okay. Sonia, you said fancy. Fancy is a verb, so you say, I don't fancy that. Whereas keen is an adjective. I am not keen. Well done, guys. Number 6. What? No, it's a conditional phrase. Well done, Emanuela. Well done, Gabriella. Well done, Andrea. What would you rather do? Number 7. I don't. We could go to the cinema. We could go to the theatre. I don't. Yes. Oh, number 7. Gabriella, that should be number 7, right? Well, to be honest, I don't mind. We could go here. We could go here. It's your decision. I don't mind. Well done, Sonia, and well done, Gabriella. Number 8 and 9. Let's finish it. Excellent. Watch your spelling though. Better with 2 T's. Well done, Sonia, and well done, Emanuela. Well done, Andrea. And finally, oh no, this is difficult. I'd. Well done, Sonia. Okay, Emanuela, I accept like. Like is fine. I'd like to see it at night. Or prefer, yeah, prefer, Sonia, that's fine. Prefer or like, I don't mind. You could use I'd like or I'd prefer. With an infinitive, it's okay. All right. Well done, guys. Okay. So, looking at the different phrases, what do they mean? Does it mean that you like one thing more than another? Does it mean that you really like something, or you don't have a strong opinion? I will talk it through with you. So, I'd prefer to do this. I think in this case, it would mean, it would be that I like to do one thing more than another. I prefer to go skiing than to go swimming. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Sonia. Andrea says, is it wrong to write I'd better see? Okay. Now, that is correct, but it doesn't mean I'd prefer. I had better means dovrei, I should. I had better. It's a semi-modal verb. I had better. Like if you watch a movie, you hear the phrase, "Oh, I'd better go because it's very late." So dovrei andare, I should go. Or devo, I suppose maybe. It depends on the strength. Okay. Fancy. I fancy something. I fancy a cup of tea. Because I'm English, it means I really like something. I'd rather. It's the same as I'd prefer. I'd rather do this than that. But we don't use the word to. Yeah, well done, Andrea. I really like is for fancy. How about I'm keen on something? If you say I'm not keen, I'm not a fan. So if you say I'm keen on something, it's good. Yeah, it's a good idea. You really like it. I don't mind. How about I don't mind? Where would you put that? I don't mind. You should say, I don't mind is when you don't have a strong opinion. So we could do this or this. I don't mind. I would like to. Well, it means that you like to do something. Okay. Yeah, Manuela said number 3. It's not in the first column. I don't mind would be in the third column. Gabriela says, I'd prefer not. I'd prefer a cup of coffee. Okay, that's okay. Well, I'd rather have a cup of tea. Okay, so we'll put them in the categories. There we go. If you want to take a screenshot, you can see what type of word comes after the verb. Like I would rather plus infinitive. It would be better if past simple. Okay, I fancy going with the gerund. Okay, so it's maybe a little bit difficult to learn, so try to make more examples at home. Okay, you can take note, or when you speak to someone in English, try to use these phrases in a conversation. Okay, so take a screenshot if you want to. And then we will continue. Okay. Right. So, which do you prefer and why? So, would you rather have a cat or a dog? Try to use the phrases that we have learned in the activity. I'm not very keen on dogs because they're very excitable. They're very energetic. I'm not keen on dogs. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a cat or a dog? Try to use the phrases from the lesson. Okay, and how about eating at home or, well, maybe this question I think we would all prefer. We would all love to go to a restaurant at the moment. Hopefully next month. Okay, would you rather a horror film or a comedy? Would you rather watch a horror film or a comedy? Okay, Emanuela says, I love both, but cats are independent. Okay. All right, try to use the vocabulary from today's lesson, all right? I'd like to see somebody using a preference phrase from today. There we go. Andrea says, I'm very keen on dogs, but they need more attention than cats. Yes, they do. Okay, Manuela says, I prefer comedies, and she doesn't like horror films. Okay. All right, let's summarize today's lesson. We have looked at many different phrases to show preferences. Okay, lots and lots of new vocabulary, and we have discussed what type of films, music, sport, animals that we prefer. It was very, very nice to see you all, and I'm glad that I had such a busy conversational group. Thank you very much for taking part. Carla says she'd rather cats because they're so cute and incredible. I agree. Sunny says she prefers the summer because the weather is often good, the days are long, and you can go out with your friends. Yeah, lovely. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice evening. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you, Carla. And see you next time. Bye, guys.